This is part 2, part 4, I mean, of What If Deku had the tenseigan. This was after the USJ, and people witnessed his power, which he still didn't go full out. He was just a little mad, so he wanted to destroy this with no problem, just in case, and stuff. And people know that as full power Deku, which would be pretty much All Might destroying level. But yeah, so we get to the sports festival. It's the race, and Deku didn't want just to fly, so he didn't rest his session. He didn't put in his weapons because he says he doesn't need it. And this is whenever you see Deku go full blasting, speed running, with him 30 seconds of him running until you start seeing his body start disappearing. 10 seconds later, he disappears pretty much to everybody else's eye, with a huge burst or a huge ball of dust just appear right after where he was standing, and a huge hole appear in the head of the robots and stuff like that. This is pretty much him full blasting, pretty much punching his way through robots. This is whenever you get to the mines, but you see him pretty much, look, you can see him now, but this is whenever purple chakra, not on him as a cloak, but appears around him. And this chakra turns into crystals, pretty much. And he says, "Crystal Drive." With him using crystals to protect himself, and he's drilling his way across the whole minefield, with none of the explosions knocking him off course, and him stopping in first place, and all that, and people are like, "Amazing! Amazing! This kid's incredible!" and stuff like that. And yeah, he gets the 1 million points. Some people are cautious to go on his team, but because how strong they see him go, and he is the representative of the class, so that he is the strongest in the class and all that. But they're still cautious, so nobody goes with him. It's the people from his class and all that, and it's the same team, but what happens is it's not the same plan. It's literally Deku saying they see him pretty much jump off of them and start flying, crossing his legs. And I never really said the orbs anywhere, with them seeing black orbs appear behind them, him creating a staff, and him just sitting in the air, twirling the staff, pretty much. And every time somebody comes near him, I know the staff's supposed to turn everybody into, like, ash, which I also forgot this part, but, you know, Kaguya had the special ability to use bones outside her body, which also could change things to ash, which is also the clan that the wood dude from the first season of Naruto came from. Like, they're descendants of them and stuff. So yeah, I just had to point that out. But yeah, he pretty much gets the idea. But he's flying with this. But he's just hitting people away with the orbs, pretty much. And people are like, what is this kid's quirk? Some kind of energy manipulation? Because whenever they see the orbs appear, they see chakra from him go outside his body and appear around it. And stuff like that. And they're really impressed, the people are watching. And they're like, this kid's quirk is amazing. And stuff like that. That's when you see pretty much Bakugo run up there saying EP short. Because he's been training enough, which I'm gonna say he can EP shot stuff with his fist. Kind of how Deku could punch and shoot like a huge energy beam. But Deku doesn't compress it, he literally just shoots it out. So if you actually try to copy EP or ESP shot, after EP shot, armor piercing shot, EPS shot, armor piercing shot, it'll probably make his blows a lot devastation. It'll most likely be like how Frieza can shoot those little laser beam out of his finger, pretty much. It would more likely be, but gigantic, kind of like a Kamehameha mixed with it. But, yeah. Whenever he does this in mid-air, he pretty much makes his explosion plasma. Kind of. And this pretty much makes him float like Iron Man. This is where we see a huge block of ice come near Deku. But what Deku does is that he touches the ice, using ice against it, and he sees Bakugo throw a explosion, which people see what their quirks are, and they just see Deku use practically the same quirk. This is whenever people start expecting a copy quirk, which people saying, yelling out, is that a copy quirk? And pretty much as I was saying that it's not, it seems like the kid can use almost all kinds of elements, abilities we don't even know about. And I guess we see him use ice and crystal before and earth, but we never see him on explosions and stuff. Never see him use explosions. And he also points out that his explosions are different. It seems like everything he punches explodes. And that's where they see pretty much something appear out of the, pretty much Deku throws something in the air, turn it into a centipede, or turn it into several centipedes, and they fall down and they wrap around people, and they see him pretty much snap his finger, making them all explode and stuff. And I'll say that Deku showed off all his abilities on file, where UA knows all about his quirk. And he said his original name, or his eyes, were the Byakugan, but it seems after being missing for 5 years, his quirk evolved, and he named it the Tenseigan. And after that, a whole bunch of other abilities appeared. And he reads off the explosion quirk abilities and all that. And he also says that apparently he has wood also. Deku hearing this, and he says, and he pretty much says, I'm gonna demonstrate it. Him snapping his fingers again. Pretty much kind of like magic. People are like, his quirk's like magic and stuff, but all quirks are like magic pretty much to me, if you can just randomly shoot stuff out of the sky. But he snaps it with wood coming from the ground, and him saying Forest of Death, which pretty much, this is a combination spell, or not spell, but ability, which I'm gonna say it was based after this Forest of Death from Naruto. Which what happens is that it doesn't have a genjutsu, but what it has is that the exploding centipedes are inside of it. It has a genjutsu exploding centipedes, but the genjutsu makes it feel like it's infinite. What it causes is people to pretty much walk, or pretty much, I'm gonna say, him to like shift them, using earth style to move them across to the other side of the field. And you hear everybody start exploding, and you see Deku say, wood style, wood cages. Everybody pretty much getting caught with the bell, and then with him releasing all the trees to see everybody captured in cages. And people are really impressed with this course, saying that hearing Bakyo saying Deku are useless, because Deku, for a couple years, he thought his quirk was useless until he started trying it and stuff like that. And they're like, Deku, do you mean like you can do anything? And people start cheering Deku, saying you can do everything. And he gets to the one-on-one battles and stuff. And other people can use chakra. I never mentioned that. But the only thing that's holding them back is that they just don't have all the chakra points are not released. So this is when Sensho comes up, pretty much talking smack, but pretty much Deku can see his chakra points. That's when he walks up to Sensho, and this is the first time people saw him go into a fighting stance. And I'm gonna say Zawa points this out, saying he must be taking everybody, no matter what quirk, seriously in this fight. And that's where you hear him say, whenever Sensho was trying to walk up because he wasn't going to fight, him go into his range, or his range is about like the whole ring, because how fast and how many times he can hit. He says 364 palms strikes, with him striking Sensho in every point. But in the anime, it's stated that they can either approve or like unlock the points that they hit or block them. But this time, this one was reads out this ability saying whenever he does this, he can either block chakra points, and they explain what chakra points can do, or release them, which potentially could make somebody's quirk better. And they just have to see what he's going to do right now. But whenever the ends, everybody sees blue chakra shoot out of Sensho, and this reminds them of Deku's purple chakra, saying, did he just make that kid stronger? And Deku says that, so Sensho, that I made you stronger by releasing all your points. With Sensho pretty much falling asleep, which I'm going to give Sensho this Gekkei Genkai, which this Gekkei Genkai gives somebody the ability to use Genjutsu better. And I'm going to give him, I don't want to give him fire, I'll give him lightning. And what would fit him? What would be a good Gekkei Genkai? Not Gekkei Genkai, but or like a release. And I'll just give him water style. Because there isn't many users with lightning and earth because they kind of contradict each other. So I'll just give him water style. But lightning and the Gekkei Genkai I give him is better for him. Which I'm going to say he heals him after the match because his healing's off the chart, because he can literally replace people's eyes with Sharingans if Deku really wanted to. Whatever, I'm going to give him the Sharingan. Not the Rinnegan, just the 3 Tamale Sharingan. Which this still amps up his strength. I'm going to put Sensho, which I'm going to say Recover Girl sees this. But what she sees is Deku rip out Sensho's eyes, and she's screaming, calling for heroes. Which heroes come in there trying to take down Deku. But Sensho can't feel this. All he notices is Deku shooting his fingers towards him, ripping, don't feel anything, but all of a sudden it goes dark. And then when hero's about to trap him, they see him put his hands over his eyes, and Sensho opening his eyes with the Tsurimori Sharingan, him dodging all of them, and I'm gonna say him telling them that I just made him stronger, pretty much. when people look back, they see his eyes, but with a 3-to-melee Sharingan. If you guys don't like this, I just wanted to do this. I'll probably give him Todoroki some kind of ability, and whoever you want me to pair him up with. But I'll do the movie next, I guess, and all that, but yeah. And Sensho wakes up, but what he sees is Deku, because he's not going full speed or anything, but the hero's moving in slow-mo towards Deku, saying, "Why did you hear them slowly open their mouths?" And they hear Sensho saying, "What's going on? Why is everything moving slower?" This is whenever Deku tells them to try to force energy outside of his eyes, which causes his eyes to turn back to his normal purple color. And this was whenever they asked what he gave him. He explains the Sharingan to them, saying, "I gave him the 3-to-melee Sharingan that increases someone's strength, reaction speed to such a high degree that he can probably even see All Might run. And I also unlocked his chakra points, pretty much giving him other abilities and stuff." And they kind of just go with it because they see, which they're like, so your name isn't just some hero trying to be famous. You can literally do anything. Saying that Deku says that even with, I'm gonna say, Recover Girl hearing this, with him saying, even if somebody's heart gets ripped out, I can probably replace the heart with a better one. Or any organs, pretty much. I can probably bring people back to the life. Which he can, if he, want to do so, if he wants to do so. But yeah. So, I'm gonna say Sensho, or Deku tells Sensho that he'll be training him to learn how to use his powers and stuff, and that's where he says to Sensho that you're actually more special than most people, saying that, and Sensho's like, "What do you mean?" Him saying that nowadays people in private tell him about chakra and stuff, and about the olden days, and him explaining that nowadays people can't get Gekkei Genkais that easily, or they're completely lost, saying that Sensho has a Gekkei Genkai that gives him a sailed genjutsu. And I'm gonna say, Deku also explains that technically he doesn't have a quirk. He also had a Gekkei Genkai, but because the clan that I belong to are born with it, and I'm just gonna say the Gekkei Genkai I gave Sensho, I'm pretty sure it was a real one. I even think Lazy Whatever tried to do Naruto with the Gekkei Genkai and stuff, but I just gave Sensho it. But I'm saying that I'm from the Hyuga clan, saying we were born with it, but I'm also special, saying that I have Homorongo's chakra in me, which what happened is that I found the statues and gained the tenseigan and trained for 5 years, saying that I worked to get this strong. If I even gave him the regular Byakugan, which I'm not gonna give it to him, I might only do high-leveled Gekkei Genkais, and I did do if Naruto had Obito's powers, which he was pretty much Obito, but I kind of gave him the Rinnegan and the Sharingan and stuff like that. But I'll do individual ones like that. If you guys want me to do what if Naruto had the Byakugan, I'll do it. But I won't give him as many chakra natures as this time. It'll pretty much be what if Naruto didn't gain the tenseigan, and what if Deku didn't got the tenseigan, or had the powers of the tenseigan, or whatever I named it. But yeah, he pretty much shoots. Wait, no. It's a mixed battle with Todoroki versus him. And I said I was going to give Todoroki Geki Genkai or whatever. But I'll say Todoroki doesn't get it till later on. Maybe. Might give him to him later. I'm not sure. What would be the latest? No, I'll just give it to him now. With people see him getting the same... No, he runs up. With him pretty much disappearing. With, I'm going to say, everywhere he steps, people see crystal appear. With giving people an idea of where he is. Which I'm going to say there's like a huge crystal in one area. No more crystal appearing. And Todoroki, guess that's where he is. But this is whenever he sees Deku start appearing. Because he is moving side to side, I'm just going to say. And this is when Deku says after images with 10 more appearing, which are also mixed in with shadow clones. With Todoroki using his flames because of this, because he's about to get punched in the face, what he sees by after image, and pretty much him like preparing for it. But this is when he sees it disappear as soon as it touches him. But whenever it touches him, at first he doesn't feel anything. Which I'm going to say 63 more after images come up to him. With the last one punching him in the gut. With the real one punching him. Which causes all the other punches to activate, saying after images 64 palms. Because every time one hit him, it was just like, people are noticing it looked the same motion as whenever he used the 64 palms, as everybody knows it as now. Causing Todoroki to pass out, almost mirroring Sensho. I might give Bakugo it, but I might just skip Bakugo, because Bakugo's rude. Or you guys want me to make it like a big 3 access. But I'll do big 3. Like, what if they were like big 3? I guess making them like stronger and stuff, and Deku stronger. Changing their personalities and stuff. But yeah, Deku pretty much does that. He meets up with him too. Which I'm just gonna give them all Sharinegans. But I'm gonna say because the hero scenes this, so heroes in there, and they're still cautious because they're not sure if that did good or anything. Seeing Deku do the same exact thing to Todoroki, and him swiping his eyes again, just like Sensho when they're about to punch him, because saying stop doing that. Which Todoroki, of course, would have a Ice Geki Genkai and a Scorch style Geki Genkai. But if you're thinking I'm making Sensho just weak, but I'm not sure if this is a Geki Genkai, but Black Lightning, which I think is pretty strong. But if it is a Geki Genkai, then I'll give him Black Lightning too. I'm not sure if it is. But I'll just say Black Lightning's on like the jutsu that's on par with Geki Genkai's. They give people special powers compared to the rest. And so, of course, him getting Scorch style because half and half. Him doing the same thing on Sensho, but I'm gonna say Sensho's there. Him seeing my eye. And Sensho would be better with like eye jutsus. Which, you know what? Whatever I'm gonna give them their, you know, that ability of the, what's it called? Mangekyo Sharingan, which Sensho's would be most likely Shushuri's, or what was that girl's ability? To pretty much instantly win the, no, he'll be a little too OP, but, god dang, this has been going on a while. I haven't noticed that, how long I've already been talking. I'll just post this as a 30-minute one, but because I've been explaining a lot of stuff, I might as well give him the ability of the Kamui, and I'll give Todoroki the ability of, what was it again? What was Madara's? I forgot. But I thought Madara's, I'm pretty sure his was pretty cool. But what was it again? I had like an ability waiting. With Todoroki's being the armor to Rasu. Switching eyes. But they still can't spam these moves yet, or they can't even use it yet. Making their Sharingans look the same, with the heroes flipping out again, saying, why did you switch their eyes? And that's whenever he says that, this is where he just tells them into it, saying that these were abilities just like my eyes, were back in the day were called, dojutsus. And he's saying that, this was a special trait from them, saying if you took two from, once they activate their Mangekyous, if you switch their eyes together, it will give them an eternal Mangekyu, saying that I literally prevent them from going blind, and stuff like that. So yeah, they won't get the Rinnegan, but this means I have to give two other people the Sharingan. So it's Bakugo's. No, should I give Uraraka the Sharingan? No, I'll just say there's some miscount. There's more people this time. Making Deku go against Uraraka next. Or a two-way battle between Bakugo and Uraraka. With him doing the Shadow Clones. But it's just a puff of smoke and another one. Him appearing. Him doing the light attack on Uraraka, with him doing the full frontal attack on Bakugo. Trust me, these will be the last Sharingan users. Because I just have to give Bakugo it, and I have to give him the Eternal Mangekyu. With people seeing him do the same exact thing with them coughing up blood and passing out. And now these heroes are about to literally shoot the guy. The heroes are actually more chill about it, I'm just kidding. And they seem awake in the eyes, with them getting their eyesight back instantly after this. And this is where they see one of their eyes go black again whenever it turns into the Mangekyu, which I'll come up with Mangekyus for each of them, because this is such a long part that this was actually 2 videos, so I'll just do the movie next. But they're getting their eyes and they get both of the abilities. I'll come with it next. Deku wins the tournament and stuff, and he gets introduced to the whole island thing, because All Might wants to talk about Deku, about healing him. He's gonna bring Deku with him this time, or this time still, but he talked to him to bring in Shinso, saying that he will be joining 1A, so he should introduce him. But what happens is Deku, or he goes on a different plane, I'm gonna say Shinso, with Deku. After, I'll say they have the conversation while they're going on the planes and stuff. And yeah, and whenever they get here, or I'll say he heals them right there, giving his organs back, turning him to Buff Might. And they go on the plane, and they get to the island. They get off with people saying, All Might, All Might. And guess what, guys? That's the end of my video. Goodbye.